checking out this video. Don't forget, like and subscribe. We had Tekla and Jamie Hayter. They did this match in front of Charlie Thez, who had the time of her life. And I thought this was a very good match. The only issue I had was they made Tekla look like an idiot. She does her spooky spider crab walk spot, stands up, and immediately gets lariated and hit with the Haterade for the pin. So that was that.
Yeah,
Queen Aminata celebrated. And they teased.
I thought maybe a little too long.
Well, you know, if you
Like
look at this
20
show,
minutes, right?
the whole show went a half hour too long, if we're being honest. And everyone's talking about, why don't you just do the shows in the afternoon? And you could. They don't seem as long when you do it in the afternoon. But also, you could cut 20% off of every single match on this show, and it probably would have made for a better show. It would have been 4 hours, and you would have got all the same matches and all of the same action. So that would be my recommendation. I don't think any show needs to really go more than 4.5 hours for the main show, or 4 hours, but they like their 4.5. So that was that. I'm
good with 4.
Yeah. 4 should be the limit.
Long enough.
Yes.
It used to be 3, and everybody was fine with that.
Yeah, I just watched
When did we change our minds as a collective society?
I just watched the TNA pay-per-view, and it was 3 hours long. And I didn't hear one complaint that it wasn't long enough. I mean, the show sucked, so we were glad it ended.
Yeah, I mean.
But, like, even if it were good, I mean, I've watched good TNA pay-per-views, nobody complains. You know, this all started, it honestly all started when WWE went to the network and they didn't have the 3-hour limit anymore. And, you know, they would do longer WrestleManias as well. But one show a year, if you want to go 4 hours, that's fine. I think in general, 3.5 hours is plenty enough for a pay-per-view if you stack it. We had Young Bucks and Jurassic Express, $500,000 going to the winner. And actually, Bound for Glory went 4 hours. Yeah. So it wasn't 3 hours. But that is their big show of the year. But I believe
Does that include the pre-show, which had that call your shot gauntlet? Because that felt like it was 4 hours.
Yeah, that was a long match. So we had Young Bucks, Jurassic Express, $500,000 going to the winner. And this match was fantastic. It's like we have not seen Luchasaurus or Jack Perry have a match this good in years. And obviously, part of it was being in there with the Young Bucks, but it was also what they did. Like, this was the best working Luchasaurus I've seen. Jungle Boy he's so much better served as a babyface. Place was going absolutely wild for this match. And finally, at the end, they tried the TK driver. Luchasaurus broke it up. Nick got sent outside. They hit Matt with their finish. They won the $500,000. The Bucks are still broke. This also probably could have been, you probably could have cut about 10% off this match, but it was still incredible.
Sure was. One of the most creative matches you could ever see if you're looking for counters to, you know, pretty well-known high spots. I thought they pulled off everything immaculately. This was wild in a good way.
When we had the Don Callis family hitting the ring, Kenny Omega's music hit. They're teasing Kenny Omega reuniting with the Bucks, but this is the usual slow build. Bucks, he tried to talk him into going to help Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, but they just left. So he helped make the save, and that was that. 2 matches in 1 hour on a show with 9 matches. That's when I knew this one was going long. Hurt Syndicate GOA Tornado match, #1 contendership. I actually thought this was the best match these teams have had together. And they were handicapped because they were in St. Louis, and there's a wrestling commission. And apparently the commission stipulated no crowd brawling, no blood. They wanted a list of spots, like if there was going to be something even mildly nutty. I mean, they were hardcore. And so these guys had limitations. But still, in a tornado match where they couldn't brawl in the crowd and had to stay in the ring and around ringside, I thought it was a really good match. And the Hurt Syndicate won. They are #1 contenders to the Ops and their trios titles. We had Kyle Fletcher, Mark Briscoe for the TNT title. And, of course, Kyle Fletcher won. And I thought the match was an excellent match. But there was something about it that was missing. I think maybe the idea that anybody thought that Mark Briscoe was going to win. And it's funny because every time I say that, we got people going, I thought he'd win. But I would think the vast majority did not think he had any chance of winning.
I just assume Mark Briscoe is losing every single match.
That's what they've taught me.
Honestly.
Yeah, he's going to lose every single match except every now and then.
Yeah, he'll get a big win where it's kind of like a surprise, but it's not really because he's so good.
Yeah, I thought these guys, I mean, they're always great. And then, like, they teased afterwards that they might do 2 more matches, like at the post-fight presser. So, I don't know, man. I think Briscoe should have won and get Kyle out of the mid-card, and he's just a main event guy. And he's going to be in contention for the title. And, you know, he can have a roadblock here or there if you want to do something else with Hangman for a while, but he needs to be in the very top mix. And Briscoe needed to win the big one.
I think you could have, if they're going to do a best of 7, like has been speculated, then I think you have Briscoe win that. I think Fletcher still moves up to the main event scene, hangs out there, and then when he's ready to win the belt, you have a ready-made program with Mark Briscoe that they can go back to for title defense and then go from there.
Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notify button, and you'll never miss a video again.